Love me with all of your heart, that's all I want, love. Love me with all of your heart, or not at all. Just promise me this, that you'll give me all your kisses.
The legendary Engelbert Humperdinck. First of all, I'm welcoming you to Cairo. I'm welcoming you to Egypt.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
This is your first visit to
My
Egypt.
very first, yes.
How come in all these years it never happens that...
You know, it puzzles me to think that I haven't been here, although I've been all over the world. And now that I've come here for the very first time, it seems, why didn't I come before, you know? But now that I've been here, I certainly hope that we come back next time. I'll bring my family because it's so interesting, you know.
You know that there are generations and generations of Egyptians who followed your music, who still follow your music, who listen to your music and enjoy the kind of music you present, because in a way or another, you'll be surprised that it appeals to Egyptian taste of music.
I'm so happy to hear that, because I chose the kind of music that has storytelling to it, and it has good melodies, and you know, I've been very fortunate because my kind of music has struck a note all over the world, and as the reason for that is I've been able to travel everywhere in the world in order to you know, keep me going, and I have been everywhere in the world, and now I've added Egypt to my collection of countries.
And the big start, as you were saying at the press conference, please release me, let me go, because I don't love you anymore. That's your first #1 hit.
That was my very first, and that stopped the Beatles from having their 13th #1 hit.
Okay.
So it's in the Guinness Book of Records, and I'm very proud of that fact, you know.
Did they hate you for it?
No, I don't think so. You know, I'm a big fan of the Beatles anyway, you know, and we're all big... we were part of the British invasion in the early 60s, and so therefore I think our country is quite proud of us.
And what was the music scene at the time? Did artists know each other? Did they communicate with each other, or was it too competitive for artists to talk to one another?
No. I think in the early days it was less competitive to talk to each other. You know, I think, and nowadays it seems that they're not so communicative. But in the early days they were more relaxed and more talkative to each other. You know, and when another artist came to a show, they would introduce them and say, "My friend is in the audience," and say hello to him. You know, but today it's a little bit more rushed, and they fail to acknowledge another person in the audience, you know. But I still do. If any other artist comes in the audience, I always find out, and I always introduce them, you know.
Right. And tell me, now that we're talking about nowadays music, what kind of music do you listen to at home other than Engelbert Humperdinck?
You know, the reason I listen to my own music sometimes is because I'm looking for songs to put in my show. But apart from that, I do watch programs on the television, you know, like Voice and the talent shows, because they usually put songs of today into that particular show. And when you watch these shows, it gives you an idea of what's happening in today's world, in the music world. Mm-hmm. So therefore, if I'm interested in what they are promoting then, and so I take a note of it and say, oh, I like that song, or I like this song, and I might steal that, you know, I might steal one of those songs and put it back and put it in my show, or might want to record it, you know.
And isn't it surprising that these days they just go into old-time music and they remix that music and they start presenting it again in different formats?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do take the old-fashioned an old song and remix it and put it into a dance mode or a disco mode or something like that. That's fine as long as it's your own music. You know?
Would you mind if you just heard somebody taking your Please Release Me or any of the other
Yeah.
big hits and remix them into a dance mood.
They have done that with
They've
my
done
music. Yes, they have. They've even made a rap song out of one of my songs. You know, it doesn't matter as long as they're using my song. It's okay.
And you like that?
I think it's
you
okay.
Say,
You
that's
know,
my song.
Yeah, as long as behind it, the people are saying, "Hey, that's Engelbert's song," you know, and so therefore it's okay. It's all publicity.
Okay. Let me get down to you being here in Egypt. I mean, you've arrived in Cairo one day after the tragic incident of the Egypt Air
Yes.
flight, and you flew Egypt Air, as a matter of fact. So, what was your feeling?
Well, I have to tell you, I flew with my crew, which is about, I had about 18 people on board. And prior to getting on the flight, not one member of my crew mentioned the incident. Not one. They all knew about it, but not one of them mentioned it. And I thought to myself, this is a good bunch of people. You know, I didn't mention it, they didn't mention it. We got on the flight, we made our journey. We came here, we have a reason to come here. We came here to entertain, and that's our purpose in life, to spread peace and love, as an artist and musicians. And that's our purpose in life, just to spread our peace and love, and share our music with the world. And that is our purpose, and that's what we have come to do.
What was your impression when you had a tour? I mean, I think you went to the museum and you went to the pyramids, and you
No,
also...
we're going to go to the pyramids.
You're still going to go to
Yeah.
the pyramids, not yet. And you walked down in the downtown area of Cairo.
Yes.
What was your impression?
Well, I can tell you, so far, so good, fantastic. I've enjoyed every moment of it, and we've been guided in a very respectable way, and everyone has been very courteous, most courteous and respectful, and it's a country I've enjoyed so far, and I hope to come back and enjoy it again.
All right, so right now we're going on air less than 24 hours before your concert.
Mm-hmm.
What is the message you would like to send to people who are watching us right now?
Number one is if I come back, I'll come back and play a place where everybody can come and see me, and but keep the faith and don't give up. You have a great country. Look after it, and I'll come back and see you again.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed talking to you. I'm very proud I'm sitting and talking to the legendary Engelbert Humperdinck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Love me with all of your heart, that's all I want, love. Love me with all of your heart.